Hi, this is Sebastian from singlestroke.eu. Today I want to talk about how to create freedom playing drum fills. That's something I get very often asked by my students. Hey Sebastian, how do I start? Why do I get stuck on a way? I struggle basically, and I don't know where to start and how to develop it. So this is something I want to share today with you. First, before I come up with ideas, you have to realize that playing tom fills, it's just different mindset than playing the groove, playing together or sometimes in between each other. So it's more like a vertical way of thinking, while playing the fills, it's more horizontal. So you will be playing more linear using the limbs. So that's the general rule, and I will give you 3 very basic ideas to start with. What's also very important is to realize that simplicity is the clue. First, simple starting point I will talk about is just alternative sticking. What I mean by that is that whatever we do over the toms, we play right, left, right, left. No doubles in between or whatsoever. Just start with this simple idea. And how to play it. If you go down, even if you're right-handed or left-handed, it doesn't matter. If you go down from the snare, going down to the floor, you go with the leading right hand. So the right hand will be the hand going from the tom to tom. Going back from the floor, going back to the snare, you will be doing it with the left hand leading. So that's something really important to develop. So the idea is 2 8 notes, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then when you go back, you go like right, left is going to the next tom, and then going right, and then again left here, and again and again and again. I will demonstrate it for you. What I do is right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, goes to the tom, right, left is again the leading, going to another tom, and then going back to the snare, right? So one more time in a slow tempo to demonstrate. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get the idea, right? The first step would be just to do it a couple of times to get used to it. And then a second step would be like combining it with the groove. I will do it in 3 different tempos. The first a bit slow, to show you what's going on. And the medium tempo and faster, the fast tempo. This is the slow one. 2 bars groove, 2 bars feel, because it's a 2-bar feel in this case. 1, 2, 3, 4. Playing it with the fills, it's also a great idea to not just play it like a robot, but just try to phrase, basically. So use the dynamics. Dynamics is a friend. They're gonna, make your even the most simple feel breathe. So please do. All right, so that was the first. Then we go a bit faster. So that's going to be tempo 116. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. Right? All right, we go now to the tempo 136. I come across a lot of songs that are also in tempo 136, so it's really worth it to check it out. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. So that's the 8 notes. We can do the same exactly thing with the 16 notes. And then it will be one E and 2 E and leading right hand going down again, and then going back, right E and So on the last of the 16, I will go to another tone. I will show you how it works. 3E and 4E and 1E. So before the beat, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4 going up, I will change the tone just 1/16 before. And it's again something to only practice without any groove first, you know, just to practice playing. So 1, E, Let's check it out in a slow tempo, 96 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, with the groove. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, going 116, 3, 4. And 36. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's the idea number 1, alternative sticking. Number 2 is using the paradiddle. So what's going to happen is actually when you go down, you go alternate sticking, and then on the floor, you will play paradiddle to be able to go back with the left hand on the beat. So that's going to be a difference. So you're going to switch the hands and stay on the beat. So doing it in the 8-note grooves, we will end up on the floor playing the diddle. Check it out. 1, 2, 3. Right, now the 16 notes. With the 16 note, it will be like going down with the right leading and then playing the paradiddle here. So we have 4 notes, so 4 16, so it will be here paradiddle and then going back again on the beat, leading left hand. So it goes like this. 1, right? So on the 4th beat on the floor, we change the hand actually with the help of a paradiddle, and we do again the same thing on the back on the snare when we are back going this way. So in the groove, in the beat, exchanging it with the rhythm, it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3. right? So that's it. The third possibility, I call it special effects. So this is when you are going to be crossing your hands. So you will be like crossing over your hands, right? Which is alternate sticking basically, but it looks cool. And, a couple of years ago, I saw this drum solo of Gene Krupa, and he would just, play the Gene Krupa groove on the floor, and he would just go like, just doing this. And now I see a lot of drummers doing it, playing the gospel chops, and they would use it a lot. And it looks like great. I mean, crazy, amazing players. So to start with it, what I do with my students, I let them play on 2 toms. I hope you have them. Otherwise, you can do it or maybe over here. I will demonstrate on my toms to see it better. So it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. So counting is really helpful in this case because it's not like 4/4 phrase like the other 2. So it's a bit more challenging and more difficult. Or, I mean, it looks cool, right? So why not practice it? So let's say if I do it in 8 notes, I will try to use these 2 options. Here we go. In 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. The same with the 16ths. 3, 4, 1. That's the sequence with the groove. 2, 3, 4. 1. Why not? 1. All right, so these are the 3 ideas I give you today. The first one, the alternate sticking, the paradiddle, using the paradiddle on the way, and the crossing over your hands technique. And don't forget, simplicity is the clue. That's what it's all about. If you do it, have the discipline to keep these 3 separated when you practice. Of course, in real life, let's say, you will just probably switch between in the field maybe if it's necessary, if you feel like. But, whenever practice, try to have this discipline to keep it separated and come up with your own ideas. Just, do the cross over hands, do the alternate sticking, and see what sounds good for you, because that's a very important thing. You won't be able to play all the 1 million fills that are possible with this. I mean, it's not even necessary. Maybe you will develop a couple of them that sound good in your head. That's what it's all about. You have a drums, think melodically when you practice, and try to look and search for the sounds that fit according to your mind and your musical experience. Try to fit the sounds together and practice this one, the only one you think it sounds the most optimal for you. So that is the way you will develop your own ideas, and more, of course, more you practice it, then better you will become. And, everybody struggles. I mean, I struggle. I do it actually once a while. I will go over them and check them out, because every time, after a certain period of time, you develop as a musician. And you develop your musicality, the rhythmic develop as well. So you might have different ideas that half a year ago. So it's really definitely worth it to do it repeatedly once a while. But, we all struggle, and struggle is something, a part of developing. If you struggle with your practice routine, I developed this 3 simple steps guide, especially for single stroke subscribers. It's totally free. It will definitely help you out with staying on track and developing and keeping the right focus while practicing, for example, these ideas. And it's made the way that it will adjust to your needs. So it doesn't really matter if you are just beginner or you are a developed player. I mean, everybody struggles on its level. That's life. And it doesn't really matter what age you are, as long as you have the willing to do something and develop as a drummer. So you get this guide for free. I will leave the download link down below this video. What's also very nice, what you get as an extra bonus, you will get a couple of emails that will actually, it's kind of a follow-up on the guide itself. And these emails will help you to bring this 3 simple steps guide into practice. You know, this guide is something that I use every time. And it really helps me to keep on track and stay focused. So that's the reason I want to share it with everybody. I use it also with my students, and it works great. So why not trying it out for you? So please go and grab it. You have nothing to lose. All right, so now I will show you how do I practice on the end, how do I search for new ideas, musical feels and stuff like that in practice. So when I did all these 3 separated, then I put everything in one jar, and I'm gonna make a nice goulash out of it. So check it out, here it comes. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you get some new material to practice, to work on, and to develop as a drummer. Have fun with drumming. Thank you, and see you next time. Bye-bye.